Hello, everyone. We want to take this opportunity to say thank you. As you grow at the Golden Boot, so do our needs, but we cannot do it without you. We ask that you continue to like our posts, share our content, and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, and other social media platforms. You may also visit thegoldenboot.com for the latest merch. If you would like to make a financial donation, you can do so through Cash App at @GoldenBoot or through PayPal at paypal.me/GoldenBoot. We look forward to bringing you more laughs, knowledge, and entertainment. And again, thank you for your endless support. Sincerely and respectfully, the Golden Boot team.
The views and opinions expressed in the Golden Boot podcast are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Golden Boot podcast as a whole.
Y'all ready to get rolling? Quiet on the set. Hey, welcome back to another episode of HBCU Hour. It's your boy Pooh Bow. Got my man Aunt Petty Murphy in the building. What's good, my boy?
What's good with you, man?
Not much, man. Hey, Amazon shirt.
I see you, boy. That nice, man.
Man,
I ain't got my HBCU guy. I just got home from watching my high school win their first playoff game this year. You know what I'm saying? So I just got to the crib about 2 minutes ago. So
I'm being honest.
Look at this, man. Look at this, boy. They must want something from me.
There go my niece back in the building.
Yeah, she wants something from me. She finna send me a text. Daddy, can you send me some money?
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm out of breath. Listen.
You out of breath, bro? What's wrong?
Yeah, listen. I know you saw me running out the camera.
Yeah.
I looked up and the door was open.
Oh.
And I was like, let me go shut the door. And then I looked up, the other door was open, so I had to take off running again. I'm tired. Listen, I'm too big for this.
Boy doing sprints, and I had to get up too, give me some water, but we here, man. Let's do it.
Yeah. She being petty. That's the petty Marshall. The petty.
Hey, she get it honest, bro. You can't blame her.
She do. As we've been saying all month, this is the last week as well. Happy Black History Month. It didn't start in 1619, won't end with Obama. So want to say that. Also, our Black History figure for today, Miss Blake Bolden, the first black player to play in the National Women's Hockey League. I know, man, I got tongue tied. But
I'm not laughing at you, bro. I'm laughing at my child, bro.
I ain't even gonna. Also, we trying to hit a 1K subscribers on YouTube. Help us get there. You can win $100. So help somebody subscribe. They can get $100 too. This girl here, this young lady.
Hey,
I don't even know what to say.
Sorry, y'all. I created a monster.
That you did. You did. I can't.
Speaking of that, has anybody seen the Harriet Tubman twins?
No, they not gonna do it.
I have been waiting on them Harriet Tubman twins for about 20 years now. It seemed like.
So they were gonna do them, but when the next regime came in, it was like, we don't know if we're gonna do them. So they just be lucky we ain't got David Duke twins.
Chill out, bro. Chill out. You know David Duke from Louisiana, man. He ran for. He actually got 9% vote when he ran.
Crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. But shout out to our people in the chat. As we already said, our niece up in here, your daughter. Then we got Roderick. What's good, Roderick? Chuck.
My guy.
Human Encyclopedia. I forget, I was on somebody else's show. I was watching somebody say it was like, man, Chuck be everywhere. Like, yeah, he do.
Chuck is everywhere, man. Hey, Chuck, I just love school, man. Just love watching St. Fred win playoff game, big dog. So you know.
I do want to announce. We've been talking about this. We got a special guest in the building. We do. But then again, I don't know. They special, but I don't know how special because
we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But all right, so throw the Black History back up there.
Yeah.
No, not that one.
Bam.
That
there you
one.
go.
Because, I mean, you said it didn't start in 1619 and it didn't end with Obama.
Correct.
And proof that it didn't end with Obama is our guest.
That's true. That is very true.
Still making Black history to this day, man.
Listen, it is an honor and a pleasure. To bring up our special guest for tonight, Coach Asia Sims-Fletcher.
Get it right, boy. Get it right.
The new head coach of the Talladega College Gymnastics team. Coach Asia, welcome to HBCU Hour. Thank you for joining us. How are you?
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
All right. I was excited too. And doing the research, I was like, I'm excited, but I
was good until the last thing we said before the show started.
Yeah.
That kind of
we'll
give you a chance to redeem yourself. We'll give you a chance.
I was like, it's gonna be a short night for somebody. Hey, we're gonna
have to fill this show. We're gonna have to fill this segment with.
Hold on, here you go, baby, get the wine ready. We're in the bad water, didn't put me off.
I really appreciate y'all for real.
No, but thank you. First off, it is, you are the first ever head coach of the brand new Talladega Gymnastics team. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Looking over, researching, looking over your resume, they chose an excellent candidate for this. All jokes aside.
Thank you.
We are proud, proud to have you on here and proud of everything that you've accomplished so far, everything you're going to accomplish. So congratulations.
Thank y'all. I appreciate that.
I'm still out of breath. I'm be honest with y'all. Hey, you gonna have to take over for me.
All right, let's get started. So let's kind of do a little background on you. Let's kind of start there. How did you get started in gymnastics?
Yeah, so I was just a little 2-year-old when I started trying to flip off the couch. So my mom actually put me in mommy and me classes back then. So it was just me and her jumping around in the gym. But after that, I got pretty good. So they actually put me in actual classes, and I've been doing gymnastics ever since. So it's just been kind of a love at first sight.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome. So Dylan, my son, we put on American Ninja one night. He was like 1 or 2, and they was running and jumping on stuff, and he was running and jumping from couch to couch. It scared the ever living crap out of me, but he been jumping on couches ever since. So I might have some hope for him.
Your niece in the comments, she I'm talking about flip everywhere, all over the place. Cartwheel. Yeah. She can't go to the kitchen without cartwheeling and stuff all the way to the kitchen. But she got a heart condition, so she can't do gymnastics.
Oh, man.
But she don't stop that from letting her flip all around the house though. She gonna get her flips in. So it's kind of born into some people. Some people just got that innate like ability to just flip, cartwheel, whatever. So I don't. How did you like? I guess in gymnastics class, that's kind of when you learned that you was just one of the people built to do this.
Yeah. So for me, it was more of like it was fun. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't like natural. I had to train. I was not the best top-notch athlete. I had some friends that could just flip, stick it, sell the landing. I had to actually practice all the time. Had some extra lessons. So. I always tell people out there, you may not be a natural, but it's still a great sport to learn. You can still learn, going to practice, doing some private lessons. I highly recommend. So
let me kind of go there then. How much, for those who don't know, how much practice goes into gymnastics? Is it 1 day a week, or is it kind of like, the other sports where you practice nonstop?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be like that top-notch level, I mean, really, I practiced in high school. I used to go at 6 a.m. then I go to school for a few hours, and then I go to practice again at 1 and be there until about like 5. And you do that like maybe 5 times a week. So
that's
like the elite level though. But like if you're still just wanting to train good, you can probably get in about four practices in a week.
Okay. Let me ask this. What is during your competing days? I guess playing days, competing days. I guess that's what they call it. What was your best or favorite event? Because I know may not necessarily be the same, but
no, you're right. You're really right, because my best event sometimes was beam, but like not my favorite all the time, just because that thing is so skinny and really hard to stay on. But I really enjoyed competing floor. Floor is so fun. You really get to show your personality, and that's why I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I can see that. I can definitely understand that one. What makes gymnasts so different?
That's a good question. Okay, so you mean different, like just overall?
I mean, listen, overall, because like gymnasts, like personalities. When we had Raven Thistle on from the Doug Williamson, she talked about how gymnasts typically always have like the highest GPAs and stuff and grades. Of course, physically, the probably the strongest athletes of
pound for pound, easy.
Yeah. Any competing sport. And just I mean everything. I mean, and most gymnasts are at most 5'3", 5'4", but I mean, I mean, for lack of a better word.
Not only just that, but like I think a lot of people don't look at them and think tough. You know what I mean? But some of the injuries that they sustain and still go out and compete. We've seen Olympians and gymnastics compete with torn ligaments, shoulders and splints and all kind of things. So
y'all might be too young.
People don't really get the.
Y'all might be. Mary Lou Redden. She was during the same. Yeah, she was same year as
That's the one who had the toe on ACL or whatever, or something like that. Her knee was
ankle.
Messed up.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And her coach was carrying her, and like what I mean, like you don't see that in too many sports, man. And then there was old girl not too long ago. Well, I think she had a shoulder in the spleen. She was trying to fix her hair, whatever. Couldn't even do that on the podium during one of the Olympics. I think her name started M. I can't remember her name. Michaela or something like that.
Yeah. That's the one who everybody got mad at.
Yeah, exactly. Her. But either way, you look at like the injuries that they still go out and compete with. Most people don't look at, like you say, 5 foot nothing, whatever, small, petite young woman and think that that's a tough person, but they go out there and fight through some injuries that most men wouldn't do. So I gotta give them kudos on that.
No, y'all are so right. I mean, like, I think it just shows like a gymnast is like the athlete that's not just like, they really focus on the mental part of everything. So like that mental toughness just kind of gets them to the next level. I feel like it really shows how determined they are, how perseverance, and, controlling their emotions. That's why I say too, like gymnastics is just a good sport to just learn, even if you just want to do it for fun, because it teaches you so many good life lessons. But I will say a lot of gymnasts, we're very type A because of that. We like to have a schedule, but I think that helps in the classroom, right? So I think that's why we're just really determined to seek for that perfection, which we may not get that 10-0, but striving for that perfection is really, really fun for us.
You mentioned Dominique Dawes. Dominique Dawes, the reason I got a type. I'm just saying. I'm gonna throw that out there and leave it alone. Hey, listen, I was a young man, 5th grader in 96.
She was the GOAT though, man. She was the
GOAT. That's how I know about Mary Lou.
Simone the GOAT, but you said the perfect 10, and aiming trying to get a perfect 10. How infuriating can it be to know that you're judged based off someone else's opinion? And it's not like a basketball or another sport where you can actually tell who won. It's all subjective.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, you try not to focus on okay, was her eyes open? Was the judge looking? like clearly was the stick. But I mean, that's why we just really try to add, make sure the judges go through training every year. Like you get more judges at postseason to show many different views of the angle. It just kind of, it's very subjective, but you kind of know in your heart when you got a 10, and you just hold that in there, you know? So it's just something that the sport has, you just have to fight through a little bit.
Do y'all kind of learn the judges and kind of learn like, okay, this judge, I had her last meet, she's gonna be kind of tough. You know, do y'all like, is there any of that, or you just go do what you do?
I mean, you really try not to. I mean, over time, you kind of make friends with them a little bit. You're like, oh, hey, I saw you last weekend or like last month. But I mean, at the end of the day, you're so focused on what you're doing, just going out and enjoying it with your team. Like that's really the big thing. And at the end, you know, we make it more of a team sport anyway. Yeah. And so if the overall team's winning, who really cares about your individual score? Yeah.
Couple things. Shout out to the chat as always. Our guy Miak Mike said, "What's up, everybody?" Chuck, the encyclopedia, getting us straight. He said it was 92 Summer Olympics in Barcelona, Spain, when Coach I ain't gonna even pronounce it. Carrie Strug. I watched it during the time. Exactly. Big Pressure says, Big Boot Gang. He said, "Who is this we have here?" So, Pressure.
We will reintroduce.
This is Coach Asia Sims-Fletcher, the new coach, the first coach, and the only coach of Talladega College. So the second HBCU college program to have a gymnastics program. So this is who we have here. So very special guest, historic. One thing you said though, let me get back to the program. You said mental toughness.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this. Scholastic All-American, 4-time. Not just one, not just two.
Not one, not two, not three.
4-time. President's list. Dean's list. When did you eat? That's the question. You said you was practicing 5 times a week.
No, you got it wrong, bro. You got it wrong. She was on the rings looking at her study books. You know what I'm saying? Like,
got you.
Yeah, if you know the rings of the guys event, but I follow what you're saying. But yeah, I mean that time management. I mean, just being a student athlete, you know, we did have assistants with like academic advisors helping us, you know, make schedules. But like when it came down to it, if you didn't study and you had to go to practice the next day, like you just had to figure out your schedule. I will say I felt like I did that pretty well, but I mean there were definitely some times where I chose to sleep or eat over. I need to get that rest.
Man,
so let me ask you this: being that you went to Alabama, like how much?
What a boo button. My bad. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
How much? Like obviously we know how important football is there. So how respected is gymnastics? You know, at a school like Alabama.
Yeah, I actually will say I feel like we're pretty respected. I mean, we're not no football, and maybe softball might be next here, but I'd say we have a great fan base. The legacy here that Sarah Patterson, my head coach, that she started with the program, created such a great just excellence. And I feel like people just always want to continue to come watch. It's so exciting. And that's something that I hope I can build here at Talladega College, you know, just that excellence and that fan base, and hopefully everyone will come watch us over and over.
Yeah. Your time at Alabama, you won, if I'm not mistaken, I think I read it, like what, how many SEC championships did you win?
We won 2 back-to-back SEC championships. It almost was 3, but Florida may have got
lucky. Be cheating. Florida be cheating. You gotta say it.
I definitely hate Florida.
But yeah 2 back-to-back SEC championships. That was so fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever think about Olympics?
Yeah, I actually did. So I was training for the Olympics probably around the ages of like 13. But then I actually got hurt. I pulled my hamstring, and I talked that time I was getting, you know, I was verbally committed to the University of Alabama. You know, I talked to my coaches. I was like, hey, are you guys going to be okay? You know, if I don't focus on the Olympic track, like I'd like to stay healthy to compete in college. And that was actually one of the best decisions I think I ever made, was where I had some other teammates that kind of really focused on staying elite. But by the time they got to college, they were just broken. So not saying that's everybody, but I will say for me, that was one of the best decisions I ever made, was so I could compete in college healthy.
Why is it that gymnastics usually compete in the Olympics at like 16 in such a young age? Is that like the peak or the prime of a gymnast?
I would say that that's a good, yeah. I would say that's usually like where we're most, usually most flexible. Once we hit about 18, 19, our bodies are pretty much like our ankles, our backs. Like,
get out of here.
We're almost about done. So it's actually so interesting to see so many people actually doing their 5th year. Because if I had that option, I don't know if I would have been competing.
You don't know if your body could have handled it.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
I think right now, I can't think of the young lady's name, and I'm sure y'all gonna know who I'm talking about. She's at Auburn. She won.
Sonny Lee.
Sonny Lee. She's probably the first that I saw of a Olympic athlete in Olympic gymnast in college competing.
Yeah.
So like it goes.
Isn't there another one though? Isn't there two? The other one didn't win gold though, but she was in the Olympic team.
Jordan Childs, she's awesome at UCLA.
But still, like right now, I'm not.
This is the first time I've seen
really seen that.
Yeah.
But what was it? What was the moment that you decided to hang up the? I don't know if it's not cleats. Hang up the powder. The powder. I don't know.
The chalk.
Hang up the tape.
Hang up the tape. Yeah. When was it that you decided that, say, hey, this is it, and time to move on?
Yeah. By my senior year, my ankles and things were pretty shot. And also, there's not really a pro, for us usually. If you stop training from elite at a young age, you usually by senior year of college, this is about it. But I kind of was interested in just kind of seeing differently how I could keep kind of flipping. And I actually went into stunt doubling after I graduated.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Wow. So I'm on a few like TV shows and movies. And then after my body really started hurting, I decided like probably 2 years ago, like no more stunts. My body's about done.
Pull up the IMDb. Hold on.
I know. And I'm glad you said that. Movies. One of my, and it's not like all time, it's not like top 5, but one of my favorite movies is Stick It. And it talks about, and it kind of what Ant was talking about earlier about gymnastics and how the judges can dictate scores and stuff, and it's not really and so the gymnast kind of took over. Is it like that really?
I think that movie definitely has a little bit of like.
I know it's Hollywood.
Is that the Russian gymnast? The Russian judge type situation?
Kind of, but I really think like nowadays these judges, honestly, a lot of them were gymnasts at colleges. You know what I mean? So they try to be fair. Like they've been here, they've done this, and they really try to be the fairest they can. The hard part is just every gymnast is so good now. Everybody's good. So that's why you're seeing so many 10s, so many 995s. Like everybody's good. So it's just gonna be hard. They're gonna have to start really making it a little more challenging.
Yeah, like telling somebody they can't do a move because nobody else can. Anyway.
Hey, chill out, bro.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're really good and nobody else can do it, they say, "Oh, you know what? You can't do that because everybody."
You're a human cheat code, so we're not gonna let you do that.
That's just like the figure skater the black figure skater who was able to do the backflip on one foot, or actually she started off doing backflips. Period. During skate routine, nobody else could do it, so they made a rule: you can't do a backflip with on both feet. So she learned how to do it on one foot, and she started doing that. But I got a couple questions and comments. One for you, Coach Asia, and one for you, Ant. One is hey Pooh. This is Adriana. Hey Daddy.
Hey baby.
Don't be acting like that. Then our sis, Miss Yard Talk HBCU. She says hello, Coach.
Hey.
But big pressure comes with a question. She said, "Do they get paid in the Olympics?" That's actually I don't No, like
so not exactly. Like they can get like sponsorships.
Yeah.
So like they'll get sponsored maybe by, maybe Tyson, something whoever's sponsoring. So like they can get some good sponsorships though.
Okay. So like the original NIL deals.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We get it. Let me go flip something. Let me get an NIL. I need some. I need an NIL deal with some ties right now because it's rough out here. What got you interested in coaching?
Yeah. So after I graduated, I knew I wanted to stay in the sport somehow, and I was really interested in. So I started working camps, and I really enjoyed it. I just fell in love with just kind of sharing my talent and just sharing like just what I had in my brain, and just to help see other gymnasts get better. And so I really got involved in a lot of camps over the summers, and then I got an opportunity to be a volunteer coach at the University of Alabama. So I was volunteer coach underneath Dana Duckworth, and then also was a team manager and helped them win their 2021 SEC championship. So that was really cool. But I just coaching was going to be my route at the end. So I'm proud to be back.
How did you get linked up with Talladega?
Yeah, so Brown Girls Do Gymnastics. Big shout out to them. They've been a huge support. But their founder actually called me just one random day and said, "Hey, are you interested in getting back into coaching?" I was mostly just doing small things on the side, working in athletics, actually more on the administrative side. And I was like, "Yes, I would love to." And it was so secret, she couldn't even tell me the school. She's just like, an HBCU is looking to add gymnastics to their program. Do you want to be their head coach? I'm like, okay. I mean, yeah, I'm in. This sounds good.
Oh, that's awesome. And it just so happened that it worked out that you just got to stay in Alabama. Look at that.
Right? Oh, it really was perfect. So Brown Girls Do Gymnastics. They are huge support, huge advocates for just minorities in sports and gymnastics as a whole. So
yeah, I've listened, they're doing wonderful work. And they don't from everything I've heard, they're not looking for praise. They're not looking to do anything but spread this. Let me ask this, because we talked to someone now being the head coach of like a HBCU. How important was gymnastics in just the molding of you as a and then there are not a representation for someone such as yourself. How important was that to and what would it have been like to have an HBCU or something like that to see other Black gymnasts?
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, I just think back to like when I was younger, training in my gym back in like middle school, high school. I really didn't not notice, I guess, a ton that I was like one of the minorities in my class or in my flipping group, but like after a while, after college, and I realized, like, man, we used to have swim workouts. And I'm like, God, I'm the only one struggling to keep my hair nice in between photo shoots. Like, I think about things like that. Like if I went to an HBCU, maybe, my hair would have been a little bit more focused, a little bit more important. Even things, of course, just like music taste and things like that for floor routines. And so that's what I'm actually really excited about, because that's what I kind of missed when I was coming into gymnastics. And that's what I'm really going to highlight to these girls that join my team, that, we have some certain aspects that just are important and we should be, excelled at, and love to celebrate those things. So.
Yeah. All right. We talked a little bit before the show. Can you tell us a little bit more of what you've been able to learn about Talladega since becoming the coach or since getting the call and stuff?
Yeah, so I have learned that Talladega is actually the very first, I think, HBCU in Alabama, and that they have an amazing historic campus. I've visited a few times. I'm actually in the process of moving there, but I'm just excited to just continue to learn the amazing culture. And we have a brand new museum on campus, a brand new athletic facility. The gym is stunning. So, and we're actually in the works of building a new gymnastics training facility. So they are just continuing to grow. They've been like a home away from home. So now it's going to be my new home, of course, but I'm excited. I'm excited to really just stay there and continue to build.
That is awesome.
So now that you are a part of the HBCU community, how has the HBCU community been in welcoming you to the family?
Oh, they've been amazing. I mean, just once again, family. It just comes back to like they really make me feel like I'm family, and any silly questions I may have, they have been all in. I know I still have a ton to learn about the HBC culture, but I'm ready. I'm all in. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to share an experience. So they've been awesome.
Yeah. I got a little history fact for you about Talladega. Did you know Talladega is the alma mater of one Deion Sanders? Anyway, let's move on.
This dude right here, petty, man.
But
this dude petty.
What is a? I know you talked about some things you're looking to build with your program. What is a vision for your program?
Yeah, good question. I really just want to highlight that like I'm creating that safe space to just build diversity in gymnastics. And then when they get there, we're really just going to focus on the importance of, your showing off your personality, and also, dedication, having a good attitude, and remembering that we get to do this. We get this platform that millions of people want to watch us do crazy flips. But, what are you going to show when you perform? Are you going to show that you're a hard worker, that you have a great attitude, that what part of you is going to shine through your gymnastics? And so that's what I'm going to really highlight.
Yes.
Let me ask you this: How much has seen Fisk gymnastics program, have their inaugural season? How much is that kind of giving you, things to kind of pull from it, or kind of what not to do? How much has that helped you in what you're going to be able to do?
Yes. Also, okay, watching Fisk, they are stunning. I'm so excited that they are out there competing. Coach Corinne, she's amazing. Shout out to her. We actually had a phone call the other night. She was just helping me make sure I'm on the right path. So, I mean, it means this is great. I'm glad that we get to continue just building off of kind of their legacy that they've started now. And I think the two of us, HBCU gymnastics teams, as more come, we're just going to continue to promote and just build that excellence. So it's been exciting.
That's awesome.
I know I've joked around and stuff a lot and just talked about, and we've talked about how proud we are. It truly means a lot. You didn't have to come here and talk with us and stuff, but we truly appreciate it. If you ever need to come spread a word, get any events and stuff you want to get out, you're always welcome here. You can't wear maroon though. Okay. You can't wear maroon. No elephants, unless you're a Delta. If you're a Delta, we'll excuse that. But no, other than that.
Okay, no. So the baby blue. I can wear the baby blue.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Hey, wear the baby blue.
That's fine.
Hey, that's all good.
I think
bring a whole marching band in here. They say roll anything, you gotta go.
Yeah.
I'll say go Tornadoes. Go Tornadoes.
Hey, I like it.
I'm with it. I think she done created a monster food, because I'm gonna have to hear about
it. Oh yeah. His daughter's already asking questions.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'll get y'all tickets to the first meets. Here we go. Come support. Yeah,
definitely. You know what? I put it like this. Say the tickets. If I'm gonna support, I'm gonna make sure I support,
Yeah. But I definitely want.
I'm gonna get tickets for the next time though. The first time I pay for. I'm getting tickets for the next time. I got.
Look, she gonna ask that question.
You want me to put it up there, because I'm
go ahead, bro. She gonna keep asking to you.
Says, do you have any gymnasts that have heart murmurs?
Oh, that's a good question. So I actually do not, but I have honestly heard of just lots of gymnasts that have pushed through similar situations. You definitely have to monitor what you're doing. But I've had some friends that may have had to just kind of monitor their flipping or monitor their practice schedule a little bit, but can still find a way to enjoy the sport.
See, now I have to pay for gymnastics lessons.
All right, now you owe him free ticket. No, But no, Coach, again, like I said, it's been an honor and a pleasure to have you on. Anytime you need to come back, we'll definitely be in touch so we can before the first meet, let us know so we can talk about it and everything. Anything important you need us to know, hey, hit us up. Always is an open door for you. But before we go, is there anything you want to promote? Anything you want to put out there? We'll give you that. So.
Yeah, thanks. Just reminding everybody, season starts in January 2024. Look for us. Please follow us on Instagram at Talladega Gymnastics while we're building our awesome website. And then you can also email me specifically questions if you have questions about recruiting or how to support. That's going to be talladegagymnastics@gmail.com.
All right. Well, thank you again. And you got anything before we let Coach go? Also, you are a coach right now. You're a coach right now. The season start, you're gonna be Kurt.
So I just want to know, like, when does the competition officially start for you all?
Yes, so we are trying to start January 2024. So gymnastics season is usually in the spring. So look out for our schedule, hopefully coming out this summer, maybe fall. But yeah, we're trying to start January 2024.
Let's do it then, Pooh.
Looking forward to it. Yeah. So, again, we appreciate it. I can't say enough.
We gotta bring her back, Pooh.
Yeah, we do. Definitely.
This was fun.
We bring her back when her schedule drops.
That's right.
I like it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Coach Asia Sims-Fletcher, the first and the only coach of the Talladega Tornadoes gymnastics team. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Ant.
We can end the show.
Yeah, we done. Y'all can go. We ain't talking.
The show. I don't know how we're gonna top that.
Hey, that was awesome. You know what? You said it before. You talked about so much gymnastics on HBCU hours. And I can't get enough of it. Like, I love what's happening. The new avenue that is creating for our young teams.
Yeah, bro. I'm glad that these young ladies have an avenue. They get a chance to go compete in a sport they love at a place, that's conducive to them, an environment that's conducive to them, where they don't feel like they're outcasts or anything like that. So just giving them more opportunities, and you have more schools that they're available to go compete at now. So just helping grow the sport, man. And now you got my daughter FaceTime me asking me, can
she be on
the gymnastics team? So
gymnastics,
yeah,
man.
So
hey,
but like that kind of energy, you know what I mean, is I'm not answering the phone, baby. No. but that's like seeing, like my daughter seeing a woman, that looks like her, that that she could inspire to be one day, is got that inspiration to want to do it now. So imagine how many young women that she's going to be able, and her team are going to be able to inspire just by competing.
So I got my shirt, HBCU shirt, says responsible for a percentage of black, blah blah blah. Give about 5-10 years. It's gonna be responsible for 50% black gymnasts.
50% of the Olympic gymnasts.
There you go. I have faith.
I'm with it.
We got. Hey, I got somebody to ride with me to the meet. Renard from Down South Football said, "Let's go. Let's ride."
She really still calling me, bro.
Is she still calling? I'm gonna keep calling. Go ahead, answer. Tell her. Tell you can't make a commitment right now. But man.
How to bring me? Because basically, you don't gotta tell Dr. King. He ain't got no.
I will call you baby. Bye. She trying to give me the lie to her heart doctor so she can compete in gymnastics.
Oh man, that is funny. Oh man,
it's crazy, bro.
It's crazy. But we talked about that. The when Raven was on, the importance of having representation, HBCUs, the importance of HBCUs having gymnastics programs. Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna transition to football.
I mean, I told you we ain't topping that, bro. I don't know how you topping that on this show.
I mean,
we can try though. I mean, we can try it, but
hey, we can try it. I mean, we'll talk about some football. We'll talk about a little football. I ain't gonna have the same energy. Here we go, football. So today, no, I'm just playing. We talked about the Legacy Bowl.
Yep.
He said, "In on a high note."
I mean, yeah, we should have brought her in last or something.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, definitely. But we talked about the Legacy Bowl. This week during practice and stuff, all the talk has been around Isaiah Smith.
Isaiah Bolt.
No, one from FAMU, wide receiver.
Oh, okay, yeah. The one that ran the 4.3.
Yeah. All the Smith. It's not on docket because I saw Isaiah and I immediately saw his name. My bad. But Steve Smith started talking about it. Xavier Smith. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what threw me off. The Isaiah threw me off. But yeah.
Y'all know. Listen. Hey, now they're talking here talking some free Aaliyah. Free.
Look at her to my daddy. Get that wallet, man. Look, bro.
But
I need an NIL sponsorship for my daughter gymnastics class.
Yeah. The only way is to send all y'all subscribers $5. Man, I ain't sending y'all no money. Anyway,
y'all subscribers send me $5.
Yeah, I know.
Gymnastics class.
Yeah. But Isaiah Smith, Steve Smith Sr. was talking about him, saying how he's a elite. You know, this is kind of what the Legacy Bowl was made for, and the HBCU Combine, to bring that attention, to bring those eyes and stuff.
Check couldn't note down.
y'all is making this hard. But anyway, Legacy Bowl.
Yeah, putting the spotlight on players like this who might have flew under the radar during football season because they're playing for FCS school and they're not getting the national spotlight and recognition. This platform, the Legacy Bowl, the HBCU Combine, like you were saying, this is what it was put together for players like this to get the exposure, you know, so they could kind of see what they need to, you know, so they could kind of show that they deserve to be where the rest of the players at. Honestly, Xavier Smith should have got an invite to the Pro Combine. I mean, NFL Combine. Like, if we're being honest, he should have been in Indianapolis. But I mean, this is giving him a platform to show that he should have been in Indianapolis. So he wasn't the only one who's looked great this week. A couple players from Jackson State look great. So I mean, it's a lot of people who are actually down there making a name for themselves since they actually have the opportunity to.
Yeah. Speaking of, and you talked about initially who I was supposed to be talking about, Isaiah Bolden. He was selected in the second round, number 11, by the USFL. I think it's number 11 overall by the USFL's Memphis Showboats. But he was not the only one. If I recall, the count is like 19 HBCU, former HBCU players were drafted in the USFL.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we talked about when we talked about the USFL and the XFL. That's what it's doing. It's giving more of these guys an opportunity to play. We've seen former HBCU players last weekend in the XFL, you know, getting a chance to play and, you know, making some plays. So, I mean, these summer leagues, spring leagues, whatever you want to call them, all it's doing is, you know, giving more opportunities to guys who didn't get a chance at the NFL and kind of letting them show that they mightn't be good enough for the NFL. We've seen Turpin and some of these other guys come from these leagues and make it in the NFL. So I'm just glad that some of these guys get a chance to keep their career going and get their shot at the NFL.
All right. Last topic for football. Kentucky State introduced their new head football lead man is Felton Huggins Jr. So congratulations to him. We'll have to come back and give a little bit more history on him, a little bit more on him. I'm gonna be honest, man. I prepared mostly for that interview, and so yeah, I looked up stuff and I was ready for it, but then I I was holding on. But anyway,
yeah, we've been looking forward to that one.
Yes, we have. In basketball, Dame Lillard gives Alabama State new shoes from Team Adidas.
Yeah, them NBA players been pretty generous to HBCUs. Adidas especially, you know, Donovan Mitchell gave them the G-Man shoes to Grambling, then you have now Dame giving some shoes to Alabama State. So I like the support, you know what I mean, and them kind of showing love to the HBCUs. I kind of wish it wouldn't take a game being played at All-Star Weekend for us to see more of this, but I'm not going to knock it completely because at least they're doing something.
Right. And that's not to say that other players haven't already been doing it. So we don't want to make it seem like that, but yeah. I'm not going to recap because we talked about this before previously, but Monday night, man, we were doing the show. Those matchups really shook up the MEAC. You had Morgan State upsetting Howard. Magic Johnson was in the building for that one. He was on hand. He said he was positive that the game was going to turn out. He said he was positive that the game was going to be one for the ages, so he had to be in the building, man. So thank you, Magic, for that. Also, Coppin State upset Norfolk State.
Man.
Coppin State upset Norfolk State. So, and those are right now, those are your two top teams in the MEAC. But you got to look at Josh was on here and he was warning us, man. Norfolk seemed to be rounding that corner.
Yeah, they do. Central looking good too. I know they lost.
I said Norfolk. I meant Central.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Norfolk lost to Coppin. But you had the battle of the bottoms with South Carolina and Delaware State getting the win over them. So the MEAC kind of anybody could beat it, and that's kind of how the SWAC been. You know what I mean? The SWAC been anybody could beat anybody. Both the Alabama schools lost Monday. I really wasn't expecting that to happen. You know what I mean? So it's really been kind of. I know the cliche is any given Sunday or whatever, but it's really been any day anybody could beat anybody. You know what I mean? But I still think I'm gonna keep my picks, bro. Still gonna keep my picks.
Yeah, I'm staying with. I think Norfolk State gonna I think Howard's gonna win the regular season. Norfolk State's gonna win the tournament.
Yeah.
So
and then Alcorn and then Grambling winning the tournament.
Hey, I got Alcorn and Southern. I know it don't make sense.
I just Grambling defense too good, bro.
Yeah. I agree.
And in that tournament setting, when you don't really have a lot of time to prepare for it, and you're tired and all that, their defense is gonna keep them in games even if they can't really score. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna keep you from scoring. And so if Grambling gonna be in every game, and it's gonna be so hard in the tournament setting where you're playing every day like that to beat them consistently. So, but I mean, Southern can't do it.
Yeah. Norfolk State. Speaking of Norfolk and Howard, Norfolk State men win the MEAC Indoor Track and Field Championship. Howard, their women won their side of the Indoor Track and Field Championship. Both are repeats from last year.
Yes, because A&T ain't in the MEAC no more. I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but A&T different. But A&T coach did leave, so I'm trying to see what A&T gonna be like this year since Coach Ross left. I think that's his name, Ross.
Yeah. Yard Talk says Maryland Eastern Shore might got some too. They're solid, but they've been lately. They on the back end of they on their schedule, and they have been falling apart, unfortunately.
And like Josh said, they're one of the things you can kind of figure them out. You know what I mean? Like once you've seen them once, you kind of understand who they are. You kind of figure them out.
Right. And Good man. We talked about him. NASCAR driver from Winston-Salem. Junior from Winston-Salem. Rajah Caruth. He made his debut in the NASCAR truck series. Unfortunately, he was in 10th place. He was doing well, but in turn 3, he crashed, and that ended his day. I think he ended up finishing 26. But you know, he'll be back. He'll be back.
Skip the topic though.
We did. What else?
Yeah, you forgot to talk about Howard swim team gracing the cover of Sports Illustrated.
There we go. Let's talk about it. Howard swim team. So one thing I learned, they are the only HBCU swim team. So
who gonna be the Talladega of swimming?
Good question. Oh, we skipped something else too. We're gonna get to it.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Swimming. It's got to be somebody. I think it's gonna be another MEAC school. I got a feeling.
Think so?
Think so. Just simply because
I think I could see like a FAMU, Florida school.
Maybe a Florida Memorial, something like that.
Yeah, smaller school.
Yeah.
But I think the reason why I think it'll be a bigger school is because, like, you gotta have a facility just for swimming. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have a natatorium type. So I mean, I don't know how many.
That boy said natatorium. I would have said swim building.
Yeah. But you gotta have like the facilities for that. So I don't know I don't know how many schools would be willing to be able to, build a facility strictly for swimming. So that's why I feel like it'll be a bigger program. Maybe once some of these conferences start getting more money coming in, they'll have more money allocated to be able to do something like that.
Yeah.
Right now, Howard the only one that could probably really, what I mean?
Yeah.
Hampton maybe, but they.
Yeah. Talladega. This is what we and I actually meant to bring this up when Coach Asia was here. And this actually helps out the gymnastics team. Talladega College submitted their application to move up to the NCAA Division II.
Yeah, 2024.
Yeah, 2024. So I'm hoping that gets approved, man. That's gonna be big for that school and that program, man. I'm really looking forward to the things that they're gonna do in the future. Like she said, they're building a new facility and everything. So that's dope, man. That's dope.
Yeah, I mean, I don't just going to D2. I just want to know how that would work. For Talladega, I'm kind of interested to see. I know there's another school in the conference.
They got a really good basketball team. They were in the championship last year for their the national championship for their league now. So it's for them to move up or be ready to move up and stuff and compete more is big. So
yeah, it's a Middle Georgia State University.
Never heard of it.
Just they were founded in 2013. They barely 10 years old, but they're also leaving the SSAC. But being that Talladega don't play football, I'm kind of interested in how they move.
Maybe
to the D2 will work.
Maybe that's something else they're looking into. Might need to read them tea leaves. Just like Chuck said earlier, they have a excellent marching band, no football team.
Yes, but if you're trying to start a football program, why move up to D2? Why not just
start where you at and go?
Yeah,
it's a good question. I don't know the semantics behind it. I don't know if it's easy to do it one way or the other, but yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many NAIA schools. Oh, that's what he said. Read the tea leaves. I mean, and that could be part of it, but
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting, man. But definitely I'll keep an eye on Talladega, man. Somebody else, man. It's a lot of these smaller schools, man, making moves and doing big things. Who was telling us about that? Tougaloo? And we had to argue about the basketball team and stuff.
Yeah, Tougaloo balling, bro. First year head coach. Think they're 23-1. Basketball is pro killing. But they at the NAI level, so ain't nobody gonna really give them respect. Just like Russ women. I think they only lost one conference game to Philander Smith, I think, but
it's just like Langston.
Yep.
Langston has 2 losses on the season. 2. So yeah, definitely. Before we get up out of here, man, I want to again say thank you to Coach Asia for coming through. I'm so excited about the gymnastics program there. I'm excited to see what's next for Brown girls do the gymnastics too. I wonder what school is next, man.
Grambling need to quit playing. Send my daughter down the road. That'd be cool with that. She can do gymnastics thing.
Yeah. So man, you got anything else before we get up out of here? Hey, to the chat, man. Appreciate y'all for sticking through, man. Appreciate y'all for showing love and hey, sticking with that interview meant a lot to me, man. So
yeah, that was dope.
All right. You got anything before we get up out of here?
No, not that I can think of, man.
All right, we'll be back on Monday. Another HBCU hour. Like that, we out.